let's go ahead and get started. So whenever we log in, all right, then let's go back over to where we were. All right, so you can see this again.
Yes.
I so much prefer
Yes.
GoToMeeting. All right, so the very first thing that we want to do is we want to go into the setup. If you need proxies, which I don't think you ever will, you can go here and you can get proxies. The second thing in setup is, right here, you can go in and set up your spin rewriter. Okay. Just put in your login, your password, credentials, your API password credentials, and put them in there. I guess I should. Now I got to go get new API credentials. Shit. All right. Anyway, what we've done is we brought this in to make it simple for everybody, and you just go into your advanced features right here, and you create your own poison. Whatever you want to create, however you want to create your spin, right? You just go ahead and tick these boxes off, play with it, figure out which one you want. Pretty much what I do is just this, right? Because our content is so unique anyway, to the extent that Google thinks it's unique, that we really don't have to spin a whole lot. And under protected keywords, in here, you want to protect everything that you don't want to spin. So you should start to create your own list of protected keywords based on the content that you want to receive. Okay. That's as difficult as this gets, right? Play with it. You'll find out what it is and how you want to use it. All right. So once that's done, that's all you need to do here. You come into options. So options is just the way that we're going to set things up. A lot of times people want to put in their local identifiers in terms of these codes. I just personally myself, I don't do that because I want to add them later on, to my content. And I don't want to search for local keywords. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Negative keywords. This is extremely delicate, and I tend to never use it as well. But let's say, for example, we were doing carpet cleaning, and one of the negative keywords was carpet cleaning. Well, the way this system works, it's going to look at both words, and it's going to be a negative keyword, and will bring back 0 results. Okay, 0 results. So for me personally, I just never put negative keywords in. I want all the content I can get, and I want to be the one to determine, what information I want to keep and what I don't. This part here that we've added is pretty interesting. This is all of your all of your external links out. And these are all of your keywords that you want to have as anchor text to all of your external links out. Okay. So one of the things that I do, and we'll do this in just a second, is I use Wikipedia. If it's a plumber.com, primarily just go to whatever topic you're talking about, Google it, and find out what are the non-competitive authority places that you can find high quality content, such as Wikipedia. Okay. Does everybody throw 1 in there, and Karen, let me know if everybody understands what I've said here. Okay. And we want all of our keywords in here. We want all of our regular keywords in here. And then we want all of our generic keywords in here. And you can put as many as you want. And pretty much this is all the setup that you kind of need to do on this side in your options. Then we come over to start. So the area that we were just at, which was anchor text, you would just click this button and you would say, okay, I want anywhere from 1 to 5 external links. In your custom YouTube channel, you put in your YouTube channel here, the one that's going to be related, the videos that you fully optimized for what the topic is that you're talking about. And once again, you can say how many videos that you want to bring into your content. And then here we have custom images. So if you use all of our image optimization softwares, you optimize all of your images. And let's say you're putting all of these on Flickr, you're putting them on your Google Drive, whatever folder, the link to that folder where your images are, will bring back, whatever you decide in terms of your variations of your images. Okay. So I'm not going to do that. I'll leave those in there just so you can see an example. And you also have the opportunity now to either type in a keyword or load your keywords here. So let's type in a keyword. Somebody give me a keyword. Tell me a keyword. What's a keyword? Since I can't see chat. Where's chat? Somebody unpause your microphone and give me a keyword.
Boiler replacement.
Boiler replacement?
Yep. And I have a question about YouTube channel.
What?
Can the YouTube channel be anyone's YouTube channel, or does it have to be your own?
Anybody's that's got the videos on you want to have put into your articles.
Buying property in Costa Rica.
I'm not buying anything in Costa Rica. What the flip? But what would be interesting is if we did let's do that. Let's try it. What the hell? Property Costa Rica. Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So that's going to be our keyword. So let's just go and hit start. And immediately we get back beachfront property for sale, rental property, distressed property. So it was that fast. Okay, now these may not all be relevant to what you want to do. So what I would always do with these is I would select all and save. Okay, so one of the things that I didn't do that I forgot to tell you at the very beginning here is, we're going to stop that because that'll crush us, is I need to go back to the beginning. You notice up here, we have to define a location where we're going to save our data. This location doesn't mean Costa Rica. It means where are we going to save our data. So what I'm going to do on the desktop is I'm just going to create a folder, and we will call it Costa Rica. Okay, so now that that's created, now I come back up here, and I like to not do it by hand, but choose a file, right? Go to desktop, hit Costa Rica. That's the file that we're going to save all of our data in, so we know where to get it. All right?
It should read Costa Rica.
I don't care.
Okay.
I know what I mean, but you're right.
It just may make a difference in what you find.
No, it's not. It's just the name of a folder. So let's do this again. Now that we have that, now we're going to hit our search our keywords, and then we're going to save, and we're going to go to desktop, and we're going to go to Costa Rica folder, and these are the keywords that we saved. Okay. And it's going to be in that file, so we save them. Now you can create your own keywords and then go back into that TXT file and modify all of your keywords that you want to then upload, because you can upload your keywords. But right now I'm going to deselect all of these things. Now the reason that I want to do this is that you'll notice that there's a lot of different topics. So let's just pick one topic. What we want: beachfront, rentals, distressed, house on sale on beach. What do you want?
How about beachfront?
Beachfront. Okay, so here's beachfront. What else do we got? Beachfront.
Oceanfront?
Where's oceanfront?
You got it. You just got it.
Okay. What else? Oceanfront property for sale. Beachfront, Costa Rica. I'll do 5 of these. Now, I like this one here too. Scams.
Yeah. And the
Okay.
next one too.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you want to run all of these things, do what JC does. Just go out to the bar, have a drink, come home, go to bed, and play some pool, and get up in the morning, go golfing, and when you come back and it's time to work, which he doesn't do very much of, then you'll have all of these articles for all of these, but it will take a tremendous amount of time to do all that. In addition to which, by putting these in categories, we're only going to get data related to the category, and I'll show you why that's important in a second. One of the other programs that I love to use is Keyword Grouper by Jack. Who is that? Who is that, Karen? He's got all of the. He just came out with a new keyword mind map. Anyway, I'll come up with it. But the nice thing about that is he could take all your keywords. You could get thousands and thousands and thousands of keywords, put them into his tool, and it will break them down by categories and automatically, and then you can run research based on those categories here. So this is going to take a minute because it's got quite a few, but you'll notice it's working on 6 keywords. What we do here, which is different than what we've done before, in the original version, we only scrape Google. Okay. Now what we're doing is we're scraping, dozens and dozens of searches, only the top 10 on Google, Yahoo, Yandex, DuckDuckGoose, DuckDuckGo, whatever. And we're just searching and searching for content that's already indexed and already ranked. Okay. Does that make sense? Indexed and ranked. Therefore, we know that the content that we're getting is good. It's not repurposed easing shit or, taking it from other places that's already spun the living crap out of it. This is all original snippet content. Okay. And so the more keywords that you have here, obviously, the longer this is going to take. All right. Any questions? Do I see any questions?
No questions.
Oh, you guys are lazy. No questions. Okay. So when we get all of this back, you'll understand we're extracting the content that we're finding right now, and you can see these are the sites that we're going to. Okay. Everybody see that? Caldwell Bankers, Realtor. I mean, obviously we're going to authority sites, we're getting properties and, that type of thing. So as this goes through and looks at these sites, it's extracting content snippets. It's not taking the whole thing, but from the front page of these sites that we're going to, we're pulling data that's on the front page that's already indexed and already ranked in the top 10 of whatever the sites are that we're going. Bing, Yahoo, Google, all of the ones that we are actually scraping. And that's why we're now getting such really awesome, great content. Better than I had somebody, I don't want to start a fight with anybody, but I had a couple people, that are, suggesting that we all use Mobirise. And the fact of the matter is, this outstrips them pretty ridiculously. But that's a matter of opinion. especially price wise. I mean, I think $29 a month with Mobilize and you get 5,000 characters or something. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, but you can see how long it's going to take. Okay. And we'll just have to kind of hang out and go that way. So, JC, what other questions do you have in terms of because you're working on making websites, you've actually gone through this process with your content writer?
Yeah, she's on here too. I'm not going to put her make her nervous or anything. So, but yeah, the thing that we've seen is the content has been pretty good. She's gone through some of it and made some stuff. I think it's 100 times better than Mentorprise, or I guess you said Mobilize, but
whatever.
100 times better than Mentorprise. And it does a lot better job at putting it in a position that we can then adjust and send links to, get it installed in places. Just to, I really like the tool, and Joanne likes it too. She's just learning. So,
well, here's the thing. Look at this. We got 64 articles. All right, which is not bad, eh? Not bad at all. So let's look at this in the right perspective for everybody that's here. If you have your own content writer, or you want to find content to write about any particular subject, what is the very, very first thing that you have to do, because you are not an expert in this field? So let me answer that question for you.
It's the research,
right? And so if we look at what we're about to do here in those terms, and that is, we're looking to research and get ideas and get content, about dragonflies, about blue mouses, about, corona, whatever it happens to be. We spend probably most of our time researching the content. And then once we research it and we know that that content is relevant to the topic in which we want to discuss, now we're taking bits and pieces of that content that we read, you're formatting it into, some sort of paragraph, sentence, article, right? And then, from that part of it, that's probably 95% of your effort. And the rest of the effort is, excuse me, you making it your own. So if anybody ever, kind of says you could just go do one of these things and put it out there and, rank it, you got to kind of be suspicious, because number one, you don't want to do that. And number two, you want to make it your own, right? It's your customer, it's your client. You want to make the content unique and rich to them, right? And so that's when we pull up these articles. And my only concern is when we did this, that it wasn't spun, rehashed crap like everybody else is doing. So let's take this first article here, right? Can everybody see this okay? Can you see this all right, Justin?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to just ask you, let's just pick something random. Property in Costa Rica oceanfront. What is this? Read this sentence for me.
The easiest way to make an international wire transfer from your home bank to an escrow company in Costa Rica. That doesn't make. These registered companies are dedicated to protect funds, provide escrow services in Costa Rica. Direct wire transfer from the buyer to the seller can be done in certain cases with the stuff that we put in there, the link out to the URL.
Right. Okay. So if this is wrong, guess what? It's wrong on their site. So this is directly taken off of whatever site we took it from, and we don't change a thing. Nothing. Okay. So the whole point of it is, if these items, property in Costa Rica, this was in Playa Chiquita, okay. Some Americans get jobs in Costa Rica, oceanfront, all of this information, when you combine it together with these other articles, are going to provide some awesome content. So if we take a look at, let's get rid of this one right here, just for a second. And now let's go look at all of these, because remember how we did them by topic? And you'll notice that all of these are related in some way, shape, or form. And here's by beachfront Costa Rica, property in Costa Rica, oceanfront, right? Oceanfront property in Costa Rica for sale. All right. Then we're looking at scams. So every single one of these articles that we're going to look at are going to be relevant to what we want to talk about. Okay. This is spectacular 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, oceanfront and ocean view condominium, has all luxurious features to make living in paradise even more amazing. The common areas are plentiful with amazing community infinity pool that drops into blah, blah, blah. Well, they didn't even finish that. Okay. So you guys getting the picture here of how awesome the data that we're getting that's coming in. And just remember, if we had put videos and we had put images in here, all of this data would have the images and have the videos in it as well as the external links out, right? This is the edit portion. This is even better because now for all of you geeky guys out there like Dawson, the rest of you guys, you now have all of this is HTML content. So you can go in here and change fonts, change this, do this, all the things that you want. And for all of us that are in the local space, okay, we can go down here. And anybody have any ideas what we can put in here? You can add this to your content, right? How about NAP? All your NAP information goes in here, right? How about adding your map, or in case of the newest software, driving directions to various places? How about embed codes? Okay, so you can embed anything that you want, and you can add all of your local information right in here that will be continued on with all of your content. Okay, so how does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, sir.
So let's do this. This is probably, I don't know, 400 characters maybe. But if you wanted to really make a nice article, you could, I'm not going to do it too much, but you could take that article, and that article, and we just added a new merge button down here. Okay. So now we're going to take these 3 articles, and remember, we did it so that they were all related. So all of these articles that we brought back here are 100% related, to the topic at hand. All right. So that was merged. So I should be able
right there on the left.
to.
It says merged.
Oh, there it is right there. I just got to click on it. Okay. So now for those that are creating and doing content research, right, for beachfront properties in Costa Rica, I mean, you got more stuff here that you can go through, highlight yourself, and make your own content really good enough for tier 1 front page, right? You just have to make this and change it to make it your own a little bit, add your own company information in here, which we have on the bottom, right? And then from this particular point, we have complete edit information here. So you can come up here, make that a heading 1 and continue on and edit it from here. Okay. Can everybody give me a holy cow or something? I mean, or this is crap, I don't need it. I hate it when I can't see my own answers to my own questions. But okay, so that's primarily how we end up doing this. So I'm not going to do this right now. I'm just going to come back up to this one up here. Okay. Because it's shorter. And I'm going to go make that into a heading 1. And then I'm going to come down to the bottom and I'm going to hit update article. So I save the article. And then once I save the article, I'm finished. The larger number of articles might cause spinning to fail. Spin 13 articles? No, I don't want to spin 13 articles. I want to spin 1. All right, so let's do this. Let's make sure I don't screw it up because we'll be here all night if I do. So I'm going to remove all of those and put them back over here. Right, so now I've only got this article left. Update it again. And now hit finish. Now I've got 1 article. You guys see that? If you have too many articles over here, when you update and finish, it will spin all of them. All right, so you only want to take the 1 article that you want to spin, and we're going to hit yes. Okay, so what it's going to do now is very quickly is it went through the API, right, for Spin Rewriter, and it gave me a title and it spun the content. Now, if I had created a custom title list, which I'll show you in a second, and we wanted to create 50 articles, we would have 50 different titles. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and click generate, and this little box pops up. All right. So somebody tell me, are you guys, yes, you're familiar with this box and how to use it, or no, you have no clue? Everybody needs to answer that question. All right. And then, I don't know, Karen, tell me the answers.
Mostly no clue.
All right, cool. This is amazing. Okay. And what it does is, first off, we can remove all HTML from the site if you wanted to, which you don't because you've got that in there. But if you were scraping somebody else's and just using the content without adding your own stuff, you'd want to remove all the HTML that's in there and do it correctly. So, okay, here's a little, this is the genius of this. So if we're making a lot of articles, we're making a lot of content, we're making a lot of videos, a lot of images. One of the things that we want to do, at least within our websites, right, is we want to take the content that we've created, and for those that are writing content, okay, you want to make the first 355 characters of the content that we've scraped and the content that we're writing and we're going to spin, okay? But you want to spin the first 355 characters, so you want to load it to be very tightly related. For who can tell me why 355 characters is important? Anybody?
So Google thinks it's unique.
It is, but it's also the 355
used by the snippet.
By the snippet.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, Brian.
Snippet. Okay. So let's just say that you're making a lot of mass pages or whatever, or you want to have a lot of different content in the very beginning when Google reads it, from that snippet perspective. So if you load up your article very, very precisely, so that the first 355 characters are tightly created and can be spun very tightly, okay, now you can hit as many of these as you want. You want 50. Now you can just take the first 355 and create 50 snippets. Okay. And you can use those snippets in all different things in all different ways in which you want. But most people don't even pay attention to the first 355 characters.
That's sweet.
Right? That must have been Doss.
That's Brian.
Oh, Brian. Okay. You and Doss sound exactly alike. So,
Is that a compliment?
yeah, it is actually because I like Doss. Some people I don't like, so I wouldn't, refer you to anybody I don't like. But yeah, this is pretty cool, right? So let's do another test. Why do I want to spin the first 1,000 characters? Anybody? Just unmute yourself and spit it out if you know. It has to do with YouTube. What's important about the first 1,000 characters of YouTube?
Is that the description limit
It is the description of what?
of the video, isn't it?
No, it's the description of the channel.
Ah,
Okay, the channel allows you to do 1,000 characters. And if the first 355 are your snippet, that leaves you 645 or 50, 45 characters to help YouTube understand what your channel is about. Okay, so it's all starting to relate together. You got your snippet, you got your channel, and then you can go in here and do this. And 5,000 characters is what? You just said it. Your YouTube description. Okay. So think about what we just did. We've just done all the research for our articles, and it's all good. You've taken the time to take, the first 355 characters and build them out so you can spin them. If you want to, you don't have to. The first 1,000 characters, you don't really need to spin that much. If you're only going to have one YouTube channel, but sometimes, if you're Alan, you got 100 YouTube channels, right? So you may want to have different channels for different parts, like, Costa Rica beachfront, Costa Rica, mountain, Costa Rica, jungle, right? Or whatever your topics are, you may want to have a YouTube channel for each one of them, or a single channel, but you have channels within your YouTube channel to break them up and designate them so that when you get the videos from a particular channel, you're getting them specifically for what you want when we put the short code for YouTube videos in the content, right? So, once you do that and you have built all your custom titles in here, then you're going to have all these custom titles that are going to be representative of each of the articles that you've written. Anybody want to venture a guess? Where do we go to create custom titles? You got it. Spit it out.
KT.
What do you use to start your car? You put,
Factory.
You put what in? You put a key in the ignition and you turn it. So you go to Keyword Translation Factory.
Yeah, that's it.
Right? And you build all your custom titles. And you start to use Keyword Translation Factory in terms of all the things that we're going to do here, especially for your custom titles. And then you can list all your custom titles here. And every time we spin one, we're going to spin one with a custom title. Okay? Make sense, everybody?
Yep.
So this is a little, itty bitty brain that kind of brings everything together in one place so that your continuity of the research that you've done is now going to flow through. So let's think about what that means for a second. Who on here is on-page SEO expert? Open your microphone. And I know Justin isn't. So
thanks for that.
Well, I know what you do brilliantly. That's not one of them. Semi-brilliantly, but
I'm not as good as Terry, if that's what you mean, but
exactly.
I can hold my own.
Okay. So nobody wants to be brave enough to open up and talk to me? That's fine. Think of this. Your content that you just created is all ranked content. It's all indexed content. And it's all ready on the first page of a lot of different sites in the top 10 on the internet. Number one. So number two, if your snippets and your content now, the way that we just described it, is written correctly, when you put that information in your YouTube channel and your YouTube spun videos, and you now take that same process and you load up all of your images with the same spun content for your metadata for your images, and then you throw a couple PDFs on your site that are stuffed to the gills with metadata with the same format and process of what we're doing here. And then you make a real video on your site and you put the metadata in your real video, not a YouTube video, but a real video, okay, on your site. And I'm not an SEO guy, so I don't know the answer to this question. But if everything on the page is related to everything on the page, Justin, would you assume that Google is going to understand more about what that page is than if you have random images with random videos with random content and random links?
Especially with all the hub marking that's going on now, like all content gets put in a little bucket, and the more of that content that you have, the more that bucket is filled, and the weight of it alone will cause some positive movement.
As long as it's related and not splintered, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's the whole purpose of this right here, is to be able to use a simple little $10 product that we added to the feature to make it so that everything has a continuous thread and connects to each other with the same theory and theme of the content, right? So now if you think about Costa Rica beachfront properties, right? Every one of these listings is going to have an image. Every one of these listings is going to have a video. Every one of these listings could have a YouTube video as well as a regular video. Every one of these listings can have a PDF download about, what it is about that property that makes it unique. What about this property? Who do you contact? What do you call? Right? And for the most part, every one of these videos that are in here and this content is going to be related to who? More than likely, some real estate agent, you, right? Or whoever you are is your client. And all of that data is going to be in the NAP. All that data is going to then be into the GMB, okay? So every one of those image snippets that go into the content has its own specific metadata for that property, but in general, in the description part, it has all the other metadata that we spun into this, right? And if you think about, the other things that you could do, especially with image metadata, is you can make, here are the 5 things to do, in Costa Rica Pila de Charcoal, right? I don't even know if that's a word, but if you have a checkbox, a little green checkbox, what is that?
It's an image.
It's an image. Now, what can you do with that image? You can create the same generic metadata spun that you did before, but in the snippet, now you're going to talk about that particular property at that particular address, right? And so you become a little bit creative when you're creating, those types of things. And we proved, at least I think we proved, you guys may disagree with me, but the other day when we did the speed test, how many did everybody see the speed test that we did?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
So Who said no?
Brian,
Okay, well, go back in and look at Content Factory or an Image Factory or wherever we put it, because everybody was having this conversation. Oh, I'm not going to load up my websites with images because it stops the speed, right? And the fact of the matter is, it's not true to a degree. Okay, if you make the right size images and you stuff it, the content within the image does not affect the speed of the site. We proved that the other day. Okay. What affects the speed of the site is all the other bullshit that comes with the theme.
yeah, I kind of hang with Marco on the whole idea of if you got the best content, speed isn't the top issue for ranking.
No, it's not. If you're there, you're there, right? If you're right where people are going to want to find you, they'll sit and wait for a second or two because they want to see what you've got because you are there, exactly what you're saying. Okay. But regardless of that theory, there are a lot of people that are concerned that they don't want to stuff their images because they don't understand that the content that we put into the images does not really truly reflect. As a matter of fact, when we were doing it the other day in the speed test, the more content we put in and stuffed in the image, the faster the speed down. Can't explain
Which
it.
was really weird, by the way.
Yes, but it is. So how do we balance that when speed test shows, oh, it's higher, oh, it's and then when we take the image out, the speed drops. I don't understand it, but we did it. We proved it. We took a clean site to do it, nothing in it, add an image. What's the speed? Take it out, take another image that's loaded to the gills, put it in there. Freaking speed went up. I don't know, but it's something that we don't need to really worry about too much. Is the point? Okay. So once we get all of this done, we can hit generate, and we're going to go to desktop, and we're going to go to Costa Rica and properties in Costa Rica. Okay, and we're going to come back one. I want to go up one right here, and we're going to open up that file and hit generate. I think I already did it. So it's gonna ultimately add all of these articles to the software on the desktop, but it looks like I've talked too long and timed it out. Isn't that great? Oh, what? Oh, fudge. Dude. That's retarded. Okay. Notice I recovered from that, JC fudge. Okay. So if we go back here, and now we go over to Costa Rica. Oh, yeah, look at all these articles we got. Okay. So here's another question for everybody. How many times are you guys looking for stuff to post? Right? You're looking for content to post on your GMB, content to post in a blog, content that you need to post. Here's the really cool thing. Every one of these articles that we get, right, is going to have enough content in it for you to post. Okay? And it's just awesome.
Those are all the snippets, right?
Yeah. But if you go up here to sentences, here's the content. Boom. But it's interesting to note, if you go back to those snippets, those are all your 355 snippets, right? So, but here are all of your sentences that are, put together to create that content. So if you're looking for something just to post, we've given it all to you right in here. Boom. Just take something, you utilize it. You don't have to go look it up anymore. It's already here. Okay? Boom. Just take it and post it. spin it around a little bit, but this is ridiculous. Look at all that. I don't think anybody does this. Justin, do you? I mean,
I don't think so.
it's just not there.
I know Enterprise doesn't, and I know a couple of the other ones that I tried didn't. It just, it's a night and day difference than anything else that I've tried.
So, how many of you are in Traffic Factory?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So, for those of you that said earlier you have Traffic Factory, but you don't know what alt text is, this is alt text. And it's a huge file right here. This is the file that you bring into Traffic Factory from Content Factory. Okay. And this is the file where, remember, it says it comes, JC, and it picks out sentences. All right. It's just going to arbitrarily pick out sentences and add various semantically related data, to the data in which it is pulling for your keyword to create the content for Traffic Factory. And this file is what makes the difference in Content Factory. I mean, in Traffic Factory. Okay? That make sense? Yeah. You guys, okay, so basically that's really all we need to do. You know what you've got, you know how to get it. If you go back up into here, we can look at pages, right? Here's your article that we created. It's in HTML. And you can see here's your link. And where does that link go to? Back to wherever it is that we told it to go to. Okay? So one of the other things that I want to make sure that everybody knows about, is there anybody here that does not have Link Gopher? Anybody?
Love that.
Right? Because you can go to any site. This is going to be Wikipedia. And you wondered where I got all those links from. You just click on Link Gopher. It's the, I don't need to click on it there. I don't have my extensions up here. I'm sorry. But if you could see my extensions.
Here it is. It was there.
It was there, but it doesn't seem like it wants to hold. Okay. So if I've got this site open and I click on this Link Gopher and hit extract all, there's every single link on that page. Every link. Now, my common sense tells me that if Wikipedia is linking out from Wikipedia to something else, it is related to my subject, whatever I typed into Wikipedia. Appraisals, brokers, contracts, derivatives, development, whatever, right? So, you can certainly go through this a little bit and pick out certain ones. I'm lazy. I just copy them all. Or I'll copy 100 of them. And that's the content external sites that I put in when I'm creating my external links that I just showed you. Okay? So, other than that, are there any questions? Any questions?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, well, how about anybody else? You're not the only one here.
No. Definitely not.
All right.
Am I fixed yet?
Fixed for what?
Do I still sound like an alien? You
Oh,
told.
you're good. You're good.
All right. Well, this damn Zoom's got me all screwed up. It took me almost the whole meeting to get my audio straight.
I know. I'm kind of goofed up on it myself. I can't even figure out how to get back to my screen, my regular screen. Stop sharing. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Now I can see the questions. Link Gopher add-on. Yes, it's just an extension, right? Gary is just using Spin Rewriter. We just use Spin Rewriter in there. That's all. Nothing else really comes close to it. But if you type in Google Link Gopher extension Chrome, they probably already have one also for Firefox or whatever. Okay, but if you just do that and then add it in there, it is one of the most incredible little tools that I've ever seen. One of the other things that I use it for is, how many of you guys go to zipcodes2go.com? Anybody?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yep. It's nice to gather lots of detail.
Right. It's a great place, zipcodes2go.com. And you can use this link Gopher here when you get on that site, when you type in a city or a county even. I use it for counties mostly. And it gives you the maps. It gives you a shit pot full of links. And you use Link Gopher and you extract all of those. And you also get all the maps to all the cities. And so when you're trying to do proximity, you have all of the surrounding cities, all the surrounding zip codes. You have the maps. You take all of those, you put those in Backlink Factory. And now you can do backlinks to your keywords, to your site, to all the surrounding areas, that you can pick on that, within zipcodes2go.com, search counties. Search counties. Oh, are you kidding? Nobody told me to turn the recording on. Oh, well. You guys know what I did.
Glad Joanna showed up.
You want to show your screen and do it? You got to go. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, I got 7 minutes.
Okay, let me share my screen again. And we'll go back over here. And I'll go someplace. Let's just go on the site. You guys see my screen now?
Yep.
Zipcodes2go.com. Get rid of this. Probably not seeing it anyway. All right. Brilliant little tool. You just come down here. I use the county list. And we just pick a state. I don't care. Arizona. Pick a county.
Maricopa.
Maricopa. Now, if you click on any one of these hyperlinks, you can see on the bottom left where it's going to take you. More importantly, if you click on here, it takes you to the map of that zip code for that city. I'll just click on it one time. And there's the map. Okay? So if this is the center city, which it is for that map, and we now have all these map links, which we can get from here, which I now have to redo. And now you take all those map links. You always have to refresh this page. It's a bug that they have. So I got to click on this again. And you put those into Backlink Factory with all your keywords for those cities, right? Do you guys understand how the possibility of using this is going to help you?
Heck yeah.
Especially when you've got the little link gopher, which I don't have up here on this site. But you take all of these, and you put them into Google Sheets. Copy this, do sheets.new, put them into Google Sheets. Okay. And then now you can utilize that. At the same time, copy that information and go back into Backlink Factory, which does have the public information still in it because of the API. I'm not sure how long that'll last, but it's lasting right now. And you've got all these links. So you can't get much better links than these. And now if you take these and put them into the new driving directions and, work on driving directions to these various zip codes in the county in which you're operating in, now you got the HTML and the href are there, and you've got the actual driving directions and links, combining all of the things that we know that we have tools for. This is a pretty powerful little tool, but Link Gopher is really the key to the success to all of this. And then, another place, that I like to go a lot is Scholar. Is it google.scholar.com? I think so. No, it's not. But if I just type in Google Scholar, maybe I can get it. It's either scholar.google.com or, here we go. Google Scholar, right here. All right, this is brilliant. Is there anybody in here that uses this? Anybody? Open your mic and say yes.
Yepper.
Okay. Anybody else?
They
Not
even,
yet.
Yes.
they even send you updates in your mail.
Okay. So this is brilliant, right? We want to look at content mostly from EDUs and executive branches, right? So let's just say corona, coronary arteries. That's what you're doing articles on. Okay. So it's going to bring back all of these relevant articles. You can sort by date, so you can get the most relevant, right? And once again, I don't have my Gopher up here at the moment, but if you put Link Gopher on here, look at these. These are PDFs. If you come back over here and click on, you like that one? Now you got another whole section that you can link and get links to. Okay? And this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. If there's a way for you to take these PDF and download those and put those PDF on your site and use the PDF metadata to metadate these PDFs for you and your site and your client. Okay? You guys thinking with me? If you want to really get into something more detailed about case law and have some really, high, falutin content, these are federal courts. You can go into your own state for state law, but let's just go federal court. And we have to put something up here. We'll just put that. All right. This is all Court of Appeals stuff. Link Gopher. Steal this shit. Right? Take the PDFs, put them on your PDF metadata factory, and make them your own in terms of the metadata. It doesn't matter what the PDF is all about. You can metadate them for yourself. Okay?
They will also send you email updates to let you know when new articles are released so that you can keep fresh current content turning.
About your particular topic, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And this is brilliant. This is absolutely freaking brilliant, content-wise, right? And you don't even have to spin it because it's case law. And it's articles directly from, if you look, it's mostly EDUs and government agencies that are creating the articles. So the authority is already there. Okay? I mean, you want CDC, you want Corona. I mean, just chock full of stuff. So hopefully the combination of using Content Factory, right, along with some of these other little things that can help you drill it down, and utilizing the other tools that most of you already have, is going to give you really unique, really high content, and you make it your own, and you put an itty bitty little spin on it, and run it through, if you need, run it through, Copyscape or whatever. And if there are a few other things that you need to change, but most of the time when we do the articles that we're doing with the way that we're doing them, and we put them in Copyscape, 50, 67% of the time, we're getting scores high enough that it could actually be tier 1. Okay? Not saying it will all the time, but that's what we pay our brilliant copywriters to do, is steal stuff and, change it to make it work for our clients. So now you don't have to hire copywriters anymore. You could just do, I'm just kidding. Joy, I'm just teasing. So, all right. Any last questions or anything anybody wants to say? Pop on. Was this helpful? I think Gary's, was on here, and he's the one that wanted me to do this. I don't know if he's still here. Doesn't look like it. Maybe. Okay. So anybody have any comments for everybody else? Was this helpful?
Yeah, it's definitely helpful. I picked up a couple of new things from the latest revisions of the stuff, so it's a good deal. Thank you.
Yeah, I've had people that says, well, I don't want to use it because it sucks, and I agree. I said, yeah, it did. When's the last time you used it? About a year and a half ago. How long have you been paying for it? About a year and a half. So why don't you update it and see what the new things are? And her response was, why don't you get your ass off the chair and tell us what the new things are so I don't have to worry about it? Valid point, right? Not that we don't have anything to do, but that's why I'm kind of getting out here and trying to do this for everybody. So, we can really get in to use it and see it. And, I'll do these once a day if I need to, just to get people to know what it is and how valuable this is.